Hey everybody, it's GauntletX, and welcome back to another early access premiere draft of Duskmourn. Thanks again to Wizards of the Coast for providing me with this promotional early access account, and without further ado, let's get into the pack one, pick one. So we have a pretty boring rare here. I've called it a sweet rare before, but Kona's kind of just okay. It's not often you're going to have like a really big permanent in hand alongside it, and even if you do, survival's a little hard to get going. You have to have some other combat trick to keep Kona around. Otherwise, attacking with a 4/3, it probably just trades down. But we've got a pretty sweet black uncommon here. I like the Sporogenic Infection. It is a 2-mana aura. You enchant a creature, and when it enters, target player sacks a creature other than enchanted creature. So you can put this on your opponent's weakest creature and force them to sacrifice a better creature. And then when this creature's dealt damage, destroy it. That part doesn't matter too much. But it's like a really good edict effect, actually. So I enjoy that. For pick 2, Mirror Room, 3 mana, create a copy of a creature you control. You know, a 3 mana make a copy of one of your creatures is not that bad. It might be worth running for the added flexibility of eventually opening up the Fractured Realm as well. Double up all your triggered abilities, or if you top deck this late game, just playing the Fractured Realm first. Maybe start blue-black here. I know Brood Spinner is very good. I like that card a lot, and that would be like a really safe place to start, but blue-black could be some spice. Let's try this Mirror Room thing out. Pick number 3. All right, well, a really good card for green-black Delirium, but we'll stick to our blue-black nonsense here. Both of our cards we've taken so far are enchantments, and the blue-black color pair has a lot of enchantments and cards with the Eerie mechanic that cares about playing enchantments and unlocking your rooms. So I think Unwilling Vessel going blue-black enchantments could be pretty sweet here. Go for the Eerie mechanic with our Infection, our Mirror Room, all that stuff. Pick 4. Got a Mana Rock. Very flavorful one. It's a TV that taps for black or white, but if you pay a little bit, you get a colored TV. You get RGB. It's hilarious. Late in the game, you also get to, it's a haunted TV. It turns into a 7/7 flyer, which is pretty scary. I guess I could take the Mana Rock here. If we're going to be a slower deck, just a random 3-drop Mana Rock could be okay. Do some fixing for us if we want to splash in some Glasswork style red removal rooms, removal spells that count as enchantments. Or, the blue-red rooms deck is a thing too. An Unwilling Vessel would fit fine into that. Blue and red playing a lot of rooms would be playing a lot of enchantments. So, actually, wouldn't mind even taking the Glassworks here and trying to go blue-red. It seems like a fun archetype to try to build. I'll actually go for that. Let's grab the Glassworks. Pick 5. Well, I'm happy to be in blue because the Flood Pit's Drowner is very good. Stuns your opponent's best attacker for a couple turns because you can cast this during their turn when they move to combat. You tap and stun their best attacker. Next turn, it doesn't untap because it's stunned. That's 2 turns of it not attacking you. And you can also just shuffle it away if you need to with the second ability. So I think Drowner is very good. Creeping Peeper gives us mana for all of our rooms and doors and stuff. So that could be good in blue-red. Could also go for 5-color rooms, which seems like generally not a good idea, but when in the early access event, when in the pre-release, do some goofy nonsense that's unlikely to work. I really want to try out the dedicated blue-red room deck. I'm going to grab the Peeper. Pick 7 does not have much for us. Some good aggressive cards. I guess we're just taking a 2/2 menace anyway. For a little blue-red pile. Pick 8. Here's a blue-black dual land. Go blue-black-red here. That'll help us out. Splashing around. Also, the Derelict Attic's a decent little draw spell room, but I like the Murky Sewer. Some Grixis room control. I don't know, seems fun, seems different from what we've been doing. Okay. Oh, pick 9 Scorching Dragonfire? You can bet I'm playing red now. So I guess I'm sticking to blue-red rooms, and now I'm just very happy about it. Super late removal. Super late Infernos as well, but those are 5 mana, so that's a lot more reasonable. Pretty expensive removal, you can't run a ton of copies of those. Okay, I don't love either of these, but take a red card. Alright, let's get the sweet room build around next pack, shall we? Speaking of room build arounds, the Ripper is really nice. If you have a room that just has a really good enter the battlefield effect, and then its like passive ability isn't very good, like the Glassworks here, where the passive is just like 1 damage a turn, then being able to sack it to the Ripper and get another 2 damage out of it's pretty sweet. Kill another creature. Alright, complete miss, pack 2, pick 1. None of these cards are for a blue-red room deck, and I'm depressed. We could play a Stock Researcher, I guess. 3/3 that can attack as long as you've had the Eerie trigger. So you played an enchantment or unlocked a room. But the best cards here, probably just Glimmer Seeker by far. That survival ability on this card is pretty absurd. And Victor out of Orzhov, but both of these are incredibly far away from the decks that we're building right now. So we just grab a annoying 2 mana 3/3 or a really expensive 2/7 that maybe draws some cards. Just gonna grab the annoying 2 mana 3/3. Be pretty sad. Okay, here, Unwilling Vessel does not seem bad at all. But I'm drafting a lot of rooms if I can. Pick 3. Ooh, another Flood Pits Drowner. I think this card's just straight up good up front. So I like taking another copy of that. Pick 4, we find a blue-red dual land, and not a lot else. It's a pretty simple draft so far. If we see an on-color room, we're going to take it. If not, what else is on color? Actually pretty creature-heavy right now. Sort of like a blue-red tempo deck. We can actually get some aggro damage in early. Interesting. This is like a 3-mana creature as well, playing the Mirror Room on one of our 2-drops. Alright, blue-red tempo stuff here. Interesting draft. Alright, we found a room. That's pretty sweet. This is a nice tempo play as well. Tap and stun your opponent's best creature for a couple turns. And it's also got a draw 3 attached. Draw 3, discard 1, but still quite nice. Ticket Booth, Tunnel of Hate. It's probably the first room we've seen that is just not really doing anything. Yeah, it's 3 mana to manifest red, so you just get a 2/2. And that's 6 mana to start giving double strike to 1 attacker a turn. I'd rather grab another Boiler Bilge's Ripper for like, if I've fully used the Meat Locker, then it doesn't do anything at that point, right? Stun something, draw the cards, and then it just sits there forever. Well, now we can sack it to a Ripper. Also, this card has horrifying artwork. That's nice to see in Duskmourn. Look at those eyes. Just peeping back at you. Okay. Another Ripper or another Creeping Peeper. Disturbing Mirth is a fun splash. It works well with that Boiler Bilge's Ripper thing, but feels for a dedicated Rakdos deck than the splash kind of thing. I don't know, I kind of like the Peeper ramp into flipping rooms. I don't want to be overloaded on Rippers without good rooms to sack. I'm happy to be in this archetype. There's a lot of rooms flying around. We're probably taking the Smoky Lounge. You get 2 mana for rooms and doors every turn. And then when we unlock the Misty Salon, we get a flying spirit where X is the number of unlocked rooms. Looks good. I don't know where it went though. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is, Smoky Lounge. Alright. It's in our pile of non-creatures. This pack's bad. Inferno or Fear of Failed Tests, so I'll just take the Inferno. Pack's not great. The 2/2 Menacer. Maybe Glimmerlight's fine. Nah, I'll take the Gremlin thingy. We got a Ripper to come back. Another Inferno or a Mountain Cycler. I'll grab a Mountain Cycler. Pack number 3. Do we get any more rooms to choose from? I think we're going dedicated blue-red at this point. I think we have enough on-color removal to not splash here. Oh, if I have 8 or more different names among unlocked doors of rooms I control, I win the game, you say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 differently named rooms. If I draft this, but that's in the whole deck. So if I've drawn my whole deck and unlocked 8 out of 10 of my rooms, I win. I could instead just take another Smoky Lounge Misty Salon. And then maybe even wheel this, because I highly doubt anyone else has nearly enough rooms to win off of it. I'm going to take the Smoky Lounge. If we wheel this, I'll try it, but we'll probably die for running it, because it doesn't really do anything if you don't get there. Ooh, triple Smoky Lounge. Also got a Chainsaw. 2 mana, deal 3 to a creature. That's literally just another Scorching Dragonfire. But also an equipment later in the game. That's ridiculously good. God, I wish I were more confident this early in the format, but I have no idea if we're going to wheel this Smoky Lounge, and it feels just actually perfect for this deck, so I'm just going to make sure that we have it. But I feel like later in the format, you could be like pretty confident whether or not you're going to wheel it, and if we were confident that we're wheeling it, then take the Chainsaw, wheel the Smoky Lounge would be kind of awesome. Okay. This is a 3 mana 4/4. If you have enough rooms in your deck, and we're kind of going for it. Yeah. I doubt anybody else wants the Soul Ragers, though. Here's another Meat Locker. Probably going to cut the Beasties. I'm just going to cut all the non-synergy cards and go full synergy here. Ooh, what is this? Beginning of your upkeep, exile top card of your library. You can play it this turn. Once each turn, you pay 0 rather than the mana cost for a spell you cast from exile. I should probably just take Pyroclasm, honestly. Kind of a poopy card draw spell. It is a mythic room. How often do we have the opportunity to play a mythic room in this deck? Pyroclasm feels like it'd be a really good way to not die to the aggro decks, though. Speaking of not dying to aggro, Unable to Scream actually looks decent in here at this point, because I think we're starting to turn into a deck that almost just doesn't care about attacking at all. Just gonna go all in on rooms. So much room mana off of triple Smoky Lounge. This is so dumb. God, if this deck pops off, I'm gonna be so happy, because that'd be so cool. Another Meat Locker. If this works, I'm gonna be incredibly happy, and if it doesn't, we're gonna go out with style. Just drop all these non-room cards, even though they're good, and this is our 23-card deck. Every single room. And some removal. It's basically what we're playing. Yes, the central elevator, promising stairs. Win the game with 8 or more different rooms. Got a Scorching Dragonfire, pick 10. Perfect. Definitely necessary for this deck. Okay, I don't know if this is good at all because it has 15 lines of text, so I will read it after the draft is over, which is very soon. I just need to make a couple more adjustments to the deck in the end. Okay. Let's read this thing. 6 mana, draw 5 cards. You have no maximum hand size and don't lose the game for having 0 or less life. Whenever you gain life, draw the many cards. Whenever you lose life, discard them. Alright, we're cutting that. If you ever have 0 cards in hand, you lose also. That's like a cute, goofy little effect, but that is not good in a competitive draft environment. Okay. So how many differently named rooms are in this deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 differently named rooms. So we can technically possibly win off of the Promising Stairs. We probably shouldn't try, but whatever. I'm going all in and playing all the rooms here. Maybe not all of them. Could cut a Meat Locker or 2. I think I'm going to cut like 1 Meat Locker, 1 Ripper, and those will be the cuts to get us there. So I'm definitely not cutting any Smoky Lounges with this many rooms. Those seem incredible. And I want to have at least 1 of every other kind of room in the deck to add to the number of differently named rooms. So Meat Locker feels like the most expendable when I have 3 copies of it. So cutting 1 Meat Locker, 1 Ripper seems like the place to be. Yeah, I don't want to cut any Peepers because all these rooms to dump that mana into. And room 2 is always really expensive. Yeah, I'll cut a Meat Locker, cut a Ripper, call it a deck here, and we are just going to explore the entire mansion, the whole plain white house that is Duskmourn. Alright, here we are for game 1. We got the Creeping Peeper to ramp into all the rooms. See how it goes. Now a Ripper to sack one of the rooms. Can Mirror Room to double up the Peepers. Once I have 2 Peepers on board, that can speed run up to level 7. Well, level 7. Mana number 7 that I need for the Fractured Realm. And the Fractured Realm is going to double up basically all the room abilities for the rest of the game if we get there. I have 6 mana next turn for rooms. 4 lands and 2 Peepers. I don't think I'm blocking. I think I'm just stunning with the Meat Locker. And yeah, trying to get to Chapter 7. Chapter 7. I keep calling them like sagas. Trying to get to the 7th mana that I need to do the Fractured Realm thing. Oh my god. Play the Warped Space? The Charmed Foyer here? Yeah, I have 6 mana right now for rooms. I think I need to stun a Piggy Bank. So I don't think I'm doing this stuff just yet. Yeah, no, we're gonna Meat Locker the Piggy Bank. They can sack a Fear of Lost Teeth. That's gonna be very depressing. That'll kill a Peeper. No Fractured Realm for us. Although if I tap out next turn for Fractured Realm, I'm taking another 4 on board minimum. So I also just might not have time to do that. I might have to just Boiler Builder's Ripper, get a 4/4 blocker, clear out a Piggy Bank, and just hold off for a turn. I now have the card draw engine of Charred Foyer, so I should probably be doing what I can to survive a long game. So if the board gets any scarier, we'll go for the Ripper next turn. That is scarier. Yeah, I think that's scary enough to just Ripper it up. Sack the Meat Locker, right? Because I've got the Foyer for the card draw engine. Yeah, I want to keep all the blockers. So that Phantom is when they play an enchantment, gets +2/+0 till end of turn. So if they play an enchantment, they get to kill the Ripper and one of our Peepers. That'd be kind of brutal. If they don't, though, it just trades into the Ripper, and that's fine. Glassworks kill the Ripper. Get the Phantom through. It's also an enchantment. 4 damage here. We can't block the Fear of Lost Teeth, or both the Peepers die. Okay, I'm very surprised they did not attack with the Fear of Lost Teeth, but also very happy. But it is only 1 more damage anyway, so... And there's just some high power stuff. Just let me Dirtle Fest. Please. Okay, Scorching Dragonfire is a big one. Okay, no Fractured Realm for me though. But now I can Dragonfire the Phantom to exile it instead of it getting a death trigger. And now I'm drawing another card each turn. Try to use those cards to get ahead over time. Flash that in to buff the Phantom. Let's exile it. Just take 2. Still at 8, and I draw a card. Card is unable to scream, which matters. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't level up the Fractured Realm and play Unable to Scream, but I can level up the Warped Space and then play this for free. Guess I want to put the 2/1 on the 3/2. So we actually want to Unable to Scream one of these two. Probably the Rat, because it's 2 creatures. Weirdly. I guess this plays bad against removal, but if they don't have removal, then we just 2/1 in front of the 3/2 is the play. Alright, still drawn to a turn. Come on, top deck. Leveled up Shattered Yard does 1 to us each turn, and that is super, super threatening. God. I need to hit 2 spells to really be in this game. I draw 3 cards next turn. 1 for draw step and 2 off of the Charmed Foyer thanks to our Fractured Realm. But I'm taking 1 damage every turn no matter what now. from the Shattered Yard. So I'm on like a really fast clock. I don't think I'm going to have time to draw enough cards to get ahead here. 5-turn clock. 4-turn clock. Yeah. Oh, and that drains me for life as well. God dang it. Okay, well that doesn't drain me for life anymore. This one? Yes. My god. I feel like there may have been a slightly simpler way to do that, Arena. Oh, I guess I should have played the Ripper here. That would have killed them faster, because for a turn I didn't realize I was 1 mana off from playing both. 3-turn clock! Impossible Inferno. With nothing to target. Go to 2. Another Impossible Inferno. There's the draw 3, discard 1. Oh, draw 6, discard 2. Oh my god. Land. Oh. Land. I take 1 damage next turn. Misty Salon, double trigger. Right? Certainly enough to kill them next turn. Misty Salon, double trigger. If they don't kill us, 2-turn lethal. Do I Smoky Lounge here, overhitting for another 2? I don't think so. Okay. They got 1 more turn to hit any burn. If they burn me at all, we're dead. Cracked Skull, make me discard a card, and if this is dealt anything, it dies. Sure. It's not dealt anything yet, and they need to kill both of them to kill me. Go to 1. Lethal? Oh my god! This deck is the best. This is unbeatable. It's undefeated. 1-0. It will never lose a game. We're unstoppable. Rooms is the best archetype in the format ever made. Alright, here we are on the play for game 2. Mirror Room's awkward with no creatures in the hand, but the double Smoky Lounge be kind of wild here. Can just speed run to some real high mana value rooms. And then just get some really big flyers off of the Misty Salons. Shuffle it back in. It's a little annoying, but I'm not under any pressure yet, so it's still fine. I guess I play the Vessel before I start playing more rooms now. I could see the argument for still just dropping the Smoky Lounge, as it is our, like, mana rock room. But now I get that down, and then I can mirror room the Unwilling Vessel. Okay. Well, even if it had infinite eerie counters on it, card would still get it. Alright, 2/2/2s on their board. I'm just going to take the damage here to set up the Fractured Realm to start going crazy. If they don't have more enchantment removal coming up quick. Yeah, let's take the extra damage here and just drop the Fractured Realm. And then start going absolutely wild. With double triggers on everything. We get 4 mana for rooms each turn now. Surveil 2 to the grave, draw a card. Take 4, we're down to 14. And another Manifest Dread. God, yeah, I should have taken that Pyroclasm. That card is just ridiculous. Ridiculously good. Okay. Still gonna be super safe. Because this double Meat Locker here. Stun. Stun. Double draw now. Draw 6, discard 2. Scorching Dragonfire, the next one. Oh my god, I have to discard something great. No shot, it's the Smoky Lounge. Someone actually ditched the Dragonfire, weirdly. Just stun instead. Oh my god. Now I can just Glassworks 2 creatures? Holy heck. Yeah, this is looking insane right now. They've got the Tunnel of Hate for double strike set up. Okay. Smoky Lounge. Shattered Yard. And then get 2, like 8/8s? Yep. Oh my god. I still have the ability to make 2 more 8/8s next turn. Off of the other one. And then even more off the mirror room? Oh my god. Wait. So next turn... Ooh. I'm so glad I took this mirror room Fractured Realm thing after I first picked the black uncommon. This was such a fun path to go. My god, so we could Misty Salon into 2 9/9s next turn, and then Mirror Room in their 2 10/10s? Or sorry, 2 more 9/9s, I guess. So I can either do 4 9/9s, or 2 8/8s and 2 10/10s. Whatever order I do it, so I can do this copying these 2, or this, and then this copying that. Right? Yeah. Jesus. Well, that was sweet. This is the funnest draft. I am going to start forcing blue-red rooms every time for a while now, until it's overdrafted. Because this is wild stuff. Wild, wild stuff. Alright, here we are for game 3 with our rooms deck, exploring the whole thing. We could see if we can get 10 unlocked rooms. That's the one thing that I think even in a dedicated, really strong room deck is just not worth playing, because as we can see with our room that adds mana for other rooms and then makes like a big creature, Like, that's already just an incredible room win condition that works even when you're not, even when you don't have infinite rooms on board. And this doesn't do anything until you have like all 8 rooms. So, just seems like the way worse card. Okay. Maybe I should have dropped... I guess I could drop the Promising Stairs here. I was going to say, maybe I should have dropped the Flood Pit Drowner just to have something to copy with the Mirror Room. Opponent gives us the nice. They're like, oh, they're going for it. They're going for it, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going for it. Oh, we're both going for it. That's sick. All right, well, we mill this. Okay, this will be an interesting matchup. Rooms are actually pretty bad right now without creatures on opponent's board. I guess I can just do this and grab the mana room. It's our best one of the smoky lounges. I could see an argument for grabbing one of the charred foyer or the glassworks. Just for more rooms with different names, but technically I already have 8 names of rooms here. Just by grabbing the smoky lounge, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, smoky lounge just has to be the best pickup for sure. Please grab the smoky lounge. Oh god. The Roaring Furnace Steaming Sauna is fantastic. Blows up a creature for only 2 mana, and then draw a bunch of extra cards at 5. Really, really good room. Luckily, since they're blue-red, I don't think they should be able to blow up any of our rooms. Okay, they're just going to draw the extra cards. Here's a Drowner, so I can play a Mirror Room, I guess. What an awkward matchup. Is there Smoky Lounge? But I want to play different room names, right? 5, 7 mana. Yeah, I'm just going to play Fractured Realm right now. Yeah, I guess I keep that. Actually, with Fractured Realm coming up. Yeah, I just realized I have Fractured Realm mana, so I probably just shouldn't have played Drowner in the first place. Because I'm just playing Fractured Realm instead of Mirror Room anyway. Okay, big Shark Megalodon thing. I can stun that. Mill that. Mill that, I'm just playing all rooms right now. Cool. Tons of mana. I guess I actually just stun it with a Drowner. With the Mirror Realm. Although I want a Mirror Realm with Misty Salon, right? Okay, so we want a Meat Locker to stun that. And then Misty Salon here for the other play. 6 mana available. 3 for that, 5 for that, 4 for that. Guess I can't do... I can Mirror Room and play a Smoky Lounge, but... Yeah, no, we're busting open the Misty Salon. Man, I'm gonna win the freaking combat damage. I have the stairs on board, and I'm gonna win with combat damage. I mean, I've got the mana to do both rooms next turn and have 8 rooms unlocked. Yeah, no, maybe we will. Maybe we will win to having 8 rooms unlocked. Yeah, because they're also killing a creature here with the furnace. Yeah, if they don't bounce one of these rooms or anything, then I'll have 8 unlocked rooms, and if I get another upkeep, that'll be the kill. Okay, Drowned Diner. They're going for it themselves. Let's just have 8 rooms unlocked, right? I'll keep that. This is 8 unlocked rooms. Woo! No, I didn't hit an island. That's awkward. Would have liked to be able to hold up a Drowner, but I guess holding up a Dragonfire is better than nothing. Creepy peepee. Get in the grave. 8 or more different names among unlocked doors of rooms you control. That's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can they interact with any of our rooms? Scary 3/3 mythic rare haste thingy that shoots me in the face. I guess. Ooh. Damage equal to its power to each other creature. Okay, so I just went off the room thing, right? Oh, I guess all the flyers are still around, but I went in the upkeep because they're not doing any response. Is the room thing trigger? Yes! All right. Well, we actually did the promising stairs win. I genuinely did not expect it, but it happened, and this deck is insane. Rooms decks seem very fun and very awesome. This Fractured Realm is absolutely explosive. If you can get that activated to where all your rooms are doubling up, that's absurd. But really, the Smoky Lounges are such fuel for this deck. Smoky Lounge Misty Salon seems like a premium uncommon. I'm going to draft really highly and see that as a huge reason to hop into blue-red rooms. But let's keep it going here. We're 3-0. We're not over yet. Still got to play a couple more games here. Get our full 5 out of this one. This has been an awesome run. The really fun deck. All right, here we are for game 4. No rooms in the hand means it's unplayable garbage, and we have to mulligan it. Now this is a snap keep. We still have really strong cards, and there's our best room, Smoky Lounge, Misty Salon. Oh, my lover has arrived. Peeper's not actually ramping us here because we're just playing a 3-drop room next turn anyway, so let's just drown. Probably wait for the 3-drop and drown that instead. Yes. No. I do not want to drown that card. Shoot. Now I just want to flash in a Drowner next turn. Try to kill Survivor, but then a combat trick completely ruins my life. This is awkward. I kind of think I still have to do Smoky Lounge. God, it would be just an insane Survivor card, wouldn't it? That is super awkward for us. Well, Survivor's about to completely run away with this game. I said this in an earlier draft, but the survival mechanic as a whole is really just the biggest grown test of the format for me. I'm really not a fan of that design. Such just like a win more. Like when you're ahead, get further ahead, and if you're not ahead, don't do anything. It's really frustrating play patterns. And I'm officially frustrated. Because it's like, alright, if they have the lead to where their aggressive deck can kill my next blocker as well, then they get even further ahead with another attacking creature. It's like if they were already in a winning position, now they're in a super winning position. And if they weren't, then it's really bad. But they already were, so now they're super winning. Well, that was unstoppable, and that's the survival mechanic for you. 3-1 it is, heading into game 5. Technically, there's one card we could have had to stop it. If we had drafted the Pyroclasm instead of one of the Smoky Lounges, and we drew into the Pyroclasm there, that could have stopped it. Which I think in the future, like, Pyroclasm has looked incredibly good. I would probably take that in the future. But again, Smoky Lounge has been so insane for this deck as well, that it's like, we really, really want both of those cards. So it's rough to see them both in the same pack like we did there. Oh, man. Game 5, we're against the same opponent. Probably just go to a game 6 here. I don't want to play against survival nonsense again, especially because our Drowner's like so bad in this matchup. Stunning a survival card. Alright, we'll see. Probably just edit this out because, I mean, same opponent twice in a row. Pretty boring. They got a different deck here? I thought this was the same opponent. Maybe they just have a really similar username. And I'm super wrong. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Maybe they had a blue splash we never saw. Alright, cycle a Branch Snapper. Okay, 6 mana for rooms. Mirror Room the Researcher. Still have a bunch of stuff up here, seems fine. Next turn, a land draw would mean starting the Fractured Realm up, which would be insane. Spine Seeker Centipede, alright. That is a solid Drowner target. So that I can get damage going. Just kind of tempo them out here. Cool. Not get to the Fractured Realm. So I can just play the Charred Foyer, and that's still pretty good. Holding up the Dragonfire, attacking with everybody. Monstrous Emergence 3/3. Beat down. Well, here's the Dragonfire to stop that. So I'm dealing at least 5. 5 is not lethal, but with Shattered Yard it will be. Deal exactsies here. 1 damage to each opponent with 5 damage on the attack here. I'm gonna have to look back on that. I don't I mean, our last opponent was green-red, right? So maybe they were green-red splash blue. I think that was the same username. I think that was the same opponent. They must have just had like a beautiful hand first time then, or a terrible hand this time. I think our hand was definitely a little stronger than our first game's hand for sure. Our hand was pretty explosive here, but their hand was like infinitely less terrifying than it was last time. Just went really wild. All right. Yeah, I have no idea. Actually, I think that was the same opponent, but a very different game. I guess we have a chance in the best 2 out of 3 against that opponent, but you know what? I love this deck so much, I'm going to hop into another game anyway. We are 4-1 heading into game number 6. This will be the only draft of this early access event where I'm going into a 6th game, just because, God, this deck is cool. And again, I think that might have been the same opponent, so we'll get a 5th opponent for it, shall we? Okay, the lack of a red source is sad. No Smoky Lounge turn 3. But I've still got the Meat Locker to slow our opponent down, or even just copying a Drowner with Mirror Room can do so. Or top decking a Mountain, and we're living in Magical Christmas Land. Grand Entryway, get a 1-1. Time to stun a 1-1. Dun dun. Sit down. Be humble. Smoky Lounge, and send in for 2. This way, when I Mirror Room the Flood Pits Drowner, I'm actually getting stun value as well. Gotta be stunning 1-1s all day. Scorching Dragonfire too. Cool. Next turn, I'm going to play Fractured Realm. Would I rather have the Meat Locker on the board right now, or just hold up a Scorching Dragonfire so that when I play the Meat Locker, I get to double stun? If I Meat Locker now, Misty Salon's closer to going crazy. Yeah, I'll just Meat Locker now and save the Scorching Dragonfire for a non-1-1. I like how the stun counter kind of jumped over there. Very cute. They are Boros, so they can have enchantment removal out of the white. That would make me very sad. If they get to Delirium, they start getting extra combat phases, which is kind of terrifying. It's also a 2-mana 2/3 with that ability. It's just a big stat line up front. Okay. No enchantment removal 1 time, please. Thank you. Just going to set up a Fractured Realm, and then we're going to go absolutely insane, as we do. If I can just survive, we're gonna like insanely win off of the Fractured Realm, so I'm just gonna do what I can to not die here. Even if it means getting 2 for 1 by a combat trick, that's fine. Gets that out of the way. And here we go. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. We're living in magical Christmas land. Let's draw some cards. Draw 6, discard 2. Have every room in my deck in my hand. Goodbye, Lighthouse. Goodbye, Mountain. Now I can Dragonfire or Flood Pits Drowner. Percussionist. Dragonfire that to stop it from drawing the cards. Because it's exile. Just take 3. Another grand entryway. They have a 2-2 and 2-1-1s against all of our BS. So, unwilling vessel. Let's just Misty Salon it now, honestly. Look at all these triggers. Woo! I've got a Flood Pits Drowner up if I need it, but I'm pretty sure 2 7/7 flyers is going to get there. It's 1 mana off from doing the Shattered Yard before the Misty Salon, and then we'd have lethal. But we still super win the game, because Busted Deck is busted. And yeah, this was a really, really fun one. We only lost 1 game. Our opponent curved out, aggroed us out pretty bad with a fantastic survival card for that advantageous lead there. So, yeah, I think this deck is really good. Honestly, it could have made great use of a Pyroclasm. Probably 1 Pyroclasm, 2 Smoky Loungers would be a little bit of a better deck. I mean, I don't know. Even that is still arguable because of how insane the Smoky Loungers have been. Biggest overperformer by far goes to the Mirror Room Fractured Realm thing. This card always looked fun, but like way too expensive to actually matter. What makes it a super big overperformer is the Smoky Lounge. If you have the Smoky Lounge to go with this thing, to where you can actually open the Fractured Realm for essentially 5 mana, that's a massive deal, because that's early enough in the game, you can take a big beating to do that, so that you can start to really come back in the game when your Glassworks is 2 removal spells, your Meat Lockers are stunning 2 creatures, your Misty Salons are making 2 6/6s or 7/7s or something like that. So Mirrored Room Fractured Realm actually seems like a legit win condition, like an actual card. Central Elevator Promising Stairs still feels a little bit more win more, a little bit more silly, fun kind of win condition stuff. But I feel like the Mirror Room Fractured Realm, this is an actual, like, real card that you can draft competitively. Like, if I'm Arena Open Day 2, and I wheel, like, a Smoky Lounge, I'm hopping on and I'm trying to go for it. Like, I would draft a Mirror Room Fractured Realm in this archetype. I don't know. I mean, we'll see how the format shakes up. It's still the early access event, but God, that Fractured Realm was so awesome here. This was the most fun I had all early access event long. This was the sweetest deck, and it is the archetype I want to draft again as soon as possible. Really cool, really fun, really wild stuff. Yeah. Super excited for the set to come out so we can all draft it together, and it's coming out soon enough. But for today, for this early access draft, that is going to end today's video. As always, I'd like to thank my patrons and YouTube members for their support, as well as you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it and are interested in seeing some more, you can always like, comment, and subscribe to tell the YouTube algorithm to send you some more in your recommended feed. If you'd like to catch me live, you can check out the Twitch channel and the link in the description below. If you'd like to support the channel directly, you can check out the Patreon link in the description below. But other than that, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Magic Arena.